Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of our podcast. And we'll talk about data privacy. I'm Michael, and with me today are my good friends, Kyle and Jerome.
Hey everyone, excited for today's topic.
Same here kasi we're talking about something super relevant right now, which is data privacy. Alam mo na, halos lahat ng ginagawa natin ngayon is mostly online and minsan di natin napapansin how much of our personal info is out there.
Exactly. And today, we'll break down why data privacy is important, the laws protecting us, what happens when it's ignored, real-life case studies, and the future of data privacy. So kung curious ka kung paano ka pwedeng maging mas safe online, stay tuned.
So let's start with the basics. What is data privacy and why it matters? First, data privacy or information privacy is all about how our personal info like names, contact details, financial records, or even browsing history gets handled. The keyword is control. Ikaw dapat may say kung paano ginagamit yung info mo.
And that's where some confusions come in. Kasi data privacy is not the same as data security. Security is about keeping the bad guys out, tulad ng mga hackers. Privacy naman is about making sure companies don't misissue your info kahit sila yung authorized to collect it.
Right. And bakit nga ba importante ang data privacy? Number one, it protects individuals. Imagine, if your credit card info gets leaked, pwedeng gamitin for fraud. Number two, it builds trust. Kung klaro at transparent ang isang company sa data practices nila, mas loyal ang customers. And number three, compliance. May mga laws talaga worldwide. If businesses don't comply, penalties can reach millions.
Lalo na ngayon, halos lahat naka-cloud. Banking apps, school systems, health info, lahat digital. Parang hindi mo na talaga matatakasan.
Exactly. Kaya dapat mas mag-ingat tayo. Actually, fun fact muna. Studies show that by 2025, the total amount of data created worldwide will reach up to 175 zettabytes. Imagine, bawat zettabytes is a trillion gigabytes. Sobrang dami nun.
And every click, every like, and every search, kasama yan sa data trail natin. So next, let's talk about best practices in data privacy. So how do we practice good data privacy? May mga best practices like data minimization, collect only what's needed.
Then encryption. Kung encrypted ang data mo, kahit manakaw, it's basically useless without the decryption key.
Add mo pa yung access controls. Hindi lahat ng tao sa isang company dapat may access sa sensitive file. Tapos, privacy by design, dapat built-in na ang privacy sa system from the start, hindi afterthought. And finally, transparency. Dapat klaro kung bakit kinokolekta ang data and how it will be used.
Simple practices, pero madalas nakakalimutan. Parang seatbelt, alam nating kailangan, pero minsan tinatamad tayo.
Moving on to data privacy protection laws, and laws vary per country. Pero halos lahat may same principles. Example, sa UE may GDPR, the strictest one. Kung may violation ka, fines can reach to 20 million euros or 4 million of global revenue.
Sa UK naman, they have the Data Protection Act of 2018. Sa Canada may PIPEDA, and sa US naman iba-ibang laws per state or industry. May CCPA in California, COPA for kids, and HIPAA for health records.
And dito sa Philippines, we have the Data Privacy Act of 2012. It created the National Privacy Commission. Binibigyan nito ang mga tao ng rights like consent, access, and correction. At kung may violation, may fines up to 5 million pesos, plus imprisonment.
Grabe no? Parang dati walang pakialam yung mga tao sa data privacy. Pero ngayon, may global effort talaga to protect individuals.
Oo, kasi kung walang laws, companies could just collect everything without limits. Actually, alam nyo ba, in 2022, may case sa PH where a local lending apps was fined kasi nag-share sila ng borrowers' contacts without consent.
Oo, Yung mga apps na nagte-text sa contacts mo to shame you when you don't pay loans, that's a real-life privacy violation. And next, let's talk about human and societal cost of breaches. Pero, what happens kapag hindi napatik ang data? First is identity theft. Hackers can use your name to open your credit cards, loans, or even file fake tax returns.
There's also compromised bank accounts. Imagine waking up to see your savings gone and fixing that. It's super stressful. Mag-fill ka ng reports, calling banks, freezing credits.
At kung biometric data pa yung nalik, like fingerprints or facial scans, paano yun? You can't just reset your fingerprint the way you reset a password.
And for companies, it's some kind of reputational damage. Customers feel betrayed, stocks drop, investors leave, and sometimes the brand never recovers.
Not just money ha, data breaches can affect elections, democracy, or public trust.
Now, let's talk about a real case na yung the Yahoo breach. In 2013, hackers access all 3 billion accounts. Like yung names nila, emails, phone numbers, lahat kasama.
The fallout was huge, Yahoo lost user trust, lawsuits piled up, and when Verizon bought them, nabawasan yung sale nila price by up to 350 million.
So, what's Yahoo's response? They forced password resets, removed all security questions, and upgraded encryption. Pero, ang hirap na ibalik yung tiwala ng tao.
Yung lesson doon, even tech giants are vulnerable.
And not just Yahoo. Remember nyo yung Facebook Cambridge Analytical scandal? Millions of users' data were harvested and allegedly used to influence elections. That's not just a tech issue, it's a democracy issue na rin.
And in the Philippines, that's extra relevant. Kasi tayo, isa sa pinaka-active social media users in the world.
Now, pag-usapan naman natin yung expanded best practices para sa lahat ng tao. So what can we do? First, let's use a strong password. Wag lang yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or any numbers na sobrang daling hulaan.
Tama. And try to enable two-factor authentication para din ma-avoid yung pag-hack. Studies showed it blocks 99% of unauthorized attempts.
Saka always update your devices. Outdated apps are hackers' paradise. Kahit IoT devices like smartwatches, dapat updated.
And let's also read privacy policies. Oh, napakahaba, nakakatamad. Pero at least you'll know what you are agreeing to.
And lastly, audit your social media privacy settings. Or be aware. Baka mamaya, publicly visible lahat ng post mo.
And don't forget phishing scams. If you get an email na parang legit from a bank, double check mo muna. Then, another issue is children's privacy. Parents often share photos, milestones, personal details online. And by the age of 13, some kids already have like 1,300 something na photos posted online.
That's so many, and this creates a permanent digital footprints. It can affect jobs, credit, even reputation later on.
So, what about solutions? Parents need to think about before posting. Schools should enforce stricter rules, and companies should build age-appropriate privacy settings.
And let's not forget the new threats, like AI and big data. These algorithms can track everything we do and predict our choices.
IoT devices collect massive amounts of personal data. Fitness trackers, smart speakers, home cameras, all potential risk.
Not just that, we can include deepfakes, personal photos or videos manipulated into something fake, sometimes used for scams or blackmail.
Next, let's talk about data life privacy. Lalo na for us students, it's simple. Don't overshare. secure accounts, and use unique passwords.
And remember, kapag libre ang app, you're paying with your data.
Next, let's talk about economic and ethical impacts. Financially, data breaches are expensive. IBM reports the average cost is $4.45 million in 2023.
That's a lot of money, but also the impact isn't just money. Companies lost jobs, investors, and years of credibility.
And ethically, the big question remains. Who owns your data? You or the companies? Worth it ba ang personalized ads in exchange for your privacy?
Talking of privacy, let's talk about future of data privacy. The future will rely on smarter AI, stronger global regulations, and better digital literacy.
Education is the key. People need to know how to protect themselves.
And at the end of the day, data privacy is everyone's responsibility, from governments to companies to us individuals.
And that's it for today's episode on data privacy.
Sana may natutunan kayo and hopefully you'll start being more careful online.
And remember, ingat sa clicks, alaga sa data. Stay safe everyone. Bye!
Bye!
Bye.